Anyway, now with that being said, let's move to the two bills that I want to address. Let's start with the Bela bill, right? Now, Ramaphosa signed the Bela bill into law, right? By the way, many people, like, we're talking, this is another thing, in Africa, we like having these things, like, the Bela bill was proposed in 2017, but the way it's almost like it's a new thing. It's like it's been there since 2017, and it's only being passed into law now, actually, but the way it's made to seem, it's almost like it's a new thing. Anyway, now, Bela bill basically means, Bela means Basic Education Laws Amendments, right? Bela, right? So the bill is dealing with that. Significant thing that happened when he was signing is that Siviwe Gwarube didn't come to, who is Siviwe Gwarube. Siviwe is the Minister of Education, Basic Education. And she didn't come when the bill was being passed. She was not there. The reason she wasn't there is because she disagrees with the bill. Well, she is the Minister of the DA, and she disagrees with the bill. You see? The thing that I was talking about, like those type of things that I had expected that will happen with this GNU. Because you have parties that are not aligned ideologically, but they are trying to work together, which I found interesting how the ANC will leave out EFF and MK and side with DA side, right? But they ideologically more aligned towards socialistic ideals such as the EFF and MK. And this is an example. Now the president is passing a bill in disagreement with the party that he's on government with. You see? Exactly those issues. But let's talk about the bill. What does the bill entail? Okay? First thing, the Bela bill aimed to revive the admission and language policies of schools, transferring decision-making authorities from school governing bodies, which is the SGBs, we know them, to the head of departments, right? This change was prompted by instances of discriminatory admission practices observed in some schools. What do you think of that?
Wait, can you repeat that, buddy?
Basically, they are saying the bill is aimed to revise the admission and language policies of schools, obviously, transferring also the decision making from AMA SGP, the governing bodies, right, to AMA HODs, right? And also this change apparently is prompted by the instances of discriminatory admission practices observed in some schools. I'm assuming again, that maybe some schools would admit people on the basis of maybe they can speak Afrikaans or their English proficiency. I am assuming that's what he's targeting within this instance. Yeah, right? And
how much you can contribute.
Yeah. What do you think of this or this part of the bill that is aiming to do?
I mean, it sounds fair in terms of the changes it's trying to implement. Especially, I mean, if the changes can be good enough that it's being fair across the board, it seems like it's something that that's good for the whole country itself.
Yeah.
This is for school. I mean, this is for government schools, right?
No. The Bela bill is for all across, Baba. Bela bill is for private school, everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Including.
Yeah. I'm still gonna get to the Bela bill is for everyone, including private school. We're still gonna get to private schools and stuff. Yeah, it's for everyone. Okay. I'm not sure.
What does it impose? What does it impose? Like in terms of, as you are saying, the language, in terms of changing. So what are they saying? There are things that are gonna be basically forced upon schools. Or is it
I think okay, look at this. They are saying they're moving the authority from the governing bodies to the head of departments. Do you see, once you do that, you are excluding external factors influencing the school, and you are having control over, because the government can control what policies schools should apply, but they cannot control what parents from the governing body say. Do you see? So when they say they are moving powers from the SGBs into the head teachers, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, because they can control schools, but they cannot control people who come in the governing body. And this is one of the issues people are fighting for, because some people are not happy with that part, that the schools now are going to have so much power and governing bodies are basically scrapped out in terms of what they can be able to influence regarding admission to the school. So so we can argue that. We can argue that. Second point.
Governing bodies include parents as well, right?
Yeah, governing body.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, literally, our governing body is actually more about parents actually having influence in the school. Actually, as much as it still will have like a deputy principal maybe and some head teacher or something like that, but it's usually like just parents for the most part having influence to the school in terms of governing bodies. Anyway, second point, grade R education will be made compulsory. Early childhood development, ECD, compulsory. I didn't even go to grade R. So I'm one of those people, I guess, that would have had.
Didn't grade R come after us? I feel like it came after. I'm not sure. I feel like I can't remember it in my childhood.
Now in my childhood,
it being existing.
Nah, there was grade R in my childhood. There was actually, because I started school in 2001. There was grade R, but I didn't go to grade R though. I remember because I started in grade 1. I was staying at home with Granny dog. I still remember those days. So now, what do you think about? Actually, I was surprised, but that grade R is not compulsory. I was surprised by that. I was like, huh? So grade R education will be made compulsory. I was like, I thought that's already something that is there.
In grade R, what does it entail? It's not preschool. Is it preschool? Preschool is creche.
Yeah.
It's grade R.
Grade R basically is almost like the grade before grade 1. I feel like it will be like actually between, because preschool will have grade R, I would assume. Yeah, preschool should have grade R, because that's used to be the deal. Your crash would have grade R, you know, and then after they finish grade R, like you graduate the crash to go to grade 1 in a school. That's at least in Aseka, that's how it was like. So you graduate a crash in your grade 1 and then you go to school.
So if they say it's compulsory, what are they saying to Mama Crash? Mama Crash will have to remove grade R and then it's gonna be implemented in schools, or they can still count?
No, remember, buddy, remember some people don't go to grade R, they go to school directly, like me, right? We just started in grade 1. Like you too. So now it's gonna be compulsory that before you go to grade 1, you would have a grade R that you went to for grade R.
Yes,
yeah, I think that's what it entails. I don't know what you think about that. Actually, I don't think much about that. I mean, I was surprised that grade R was not even compulsory before.
Yeah, I guess it will depend on what research they did where they needed to be compulsory. So I'm sure there's a supporting reason for that.
Okay, here comes the deep water. Criminalizing parental negligence in school attendance. Failure to make sure that your kids attend school as a parent will carry a potential for jail time for the parent. Anyone disrupting school activities is liable to spend 12 months in prison. This basically is including maybe in a sense that parents who would be are not taking care of their kids, that ensuring that kids attend school as disrupting a child's schooling progress. Tricky, man. It's tricky, man. Okay, now there's good and bad for this. Okay, I'm gonna start with the because I was thinking about it, and yesterday before I decided, the things that I was telling you about. One, I feel like it's good in a sense that parents are given responsibilities, basically not to leave everything to teachers to solve. Because parents have this mentality that educating their kids is teachers' jobs, right? Parents are given a responsibility to care about their kids actually attending school. To think that we even have to have that law, it tells you a lot. To have that in a bill, it tells you a lot that some parents are so absent, they don't even care if their kids made it to school or not, right? So indirectly, in senses such as in my community, it can also help with crime, right? Because in my community, I told you, the most crime is committed by kids who are supposed to be in high school. Bruh, niggas my age are scared of 17-year-olds. You know, kids carry knives and shit. The teacher assistants, amajita, are scared of the kids, right? Can you imagine that, having to go to school and your kid is carrying an OCAP and you are a teacher? Can you imagine that? You are a teacher, your kid is carrying an OCAP. But that's the culture. And somewhere, this is lost in parenting, because parents are absent when it comes to those things. So in that sense, it is good for that, right? Because we know these parents, they only care when their kids died. Oh, he was a good boy, and not like understand what their kids was like to communities. So good in that sense, right? Also, it's just sends obviously a strong message about the importance of parenting responsibility, right, in the child's schooling, right? So same thing. So in that sense, I agree. Now, for me, what I find to be bad about this, one, maybe obviously we might be punishing parents unfairly. I mean, because let's be honest, bruh. That we have socio-economic issues, challenges that contribute to attendance, right? A parent who's supposed to be going to a rank to sell some fruits, provide for the family, cannot also be at home and follow up into what the kid is doing. Some parents can't even come back at home because they have so much to do. They're sleeping at rank and stuff like that. Some parents won't be able to keep up with that, right? Excuse me. So that's one bad thing about it, right? Also, I would say, I mean, if you have to go that far to people's lives, I feel like it's a government overreach, man. It's like, I'm sorry, bro, there's some China shit, dog. There's like a government overreach.
What?
It's a government overreach. It's a government overreach, man. You know? It's like a government overreaching now into family matters and stuff like that. This is some China shit, man. That's what I said. This is like some China vibes.
But isn't it maybe it's the same reason which is why they are seeing that there's a problem. There's a problem where kids are not going to school, where they're doing all these things that should be solved at home first before you go to school. And hence why maybe that it was passed down, because they're seeing there's a situation. I mean, sometimes for you to actually solve a situation, you have to create something that's extreme, like forcing both parents and children to be responsible for their own education.
Yeah, that's true. I admit that's true. But at the same time, I mean, you can still see it as an overreach, because into private matters and family matters, you know, that's how I also see it. Also, implementing and enforcing such law could be very challenging, man, and costly for the education system. How could you enforce that law? Like, because you have to have standards. Also, after how many days should we be concerned about just kids not coming to school, right? Man, so like it will be expensive, and also what do we do, right? It will be expensive, and what do we do? How do we keep up with that? You know, for me it's a reach to a certain extent too.
Change doesn't come easy.
What?
It doesn't. No. Something like what you said earlier. I mean, when was there a transition where like this in school? I mean, I remember, we used to be scared of our teacher. We used to be scared of our principal. Anytime.
The principal didn't have to do anything. The principal just came out to the office to stretch and be like, yo! People falling. Yeah, my man. Yo, the principal would just walk out of the office.
The time when such things were removed, where that type of fear was removed, I don't know. I'm asking myself, when was there a transition where people stopped being scared like that? Obviously, I know it's the removal of corporal punishment.
Yeah, over time.
There was a reason. There was those things of people are feeling like they're being abused. But on its own, it seemed like it was fair. But at the same time, obviously, we know it's wrong. So then, what changes can be done? It's
very tough. It's very tough, to be honest with you, man.
It is, man.
It's very tough. We like to have the correct answer for this. It's very tough, okay?